Okay, so today we're talking about, should you become a YouTuber in 2021? Now, this is the most asked question out of any car question, out of anything at all. And I'm going to tell you my opinion about it. Okay, so first things first, there's a few things you got to know. So I'm going to knock something over here. It's not what it all seems to be. You watch videos. You watch my videos. You see these crazy cars. You see all this stuff. Man, what your average person doesn't realize you have to go through to get that stuff is literally pure hell. What I mean by that, I'm going to set this up there. What I mean by that is, let's say you're starting out with zero, actually I'm going to move this. Starting out with 0 subscribers. I'm trying to get the light right with the camera. Okay, so the very first thing that's going to happen, it didn't always used to be this way, but it's this way now. The very first thing that's going to happen is YouTube will suppress your videos. Unless you already know a big YouTuber, unless you're already famous, unless you already have some kind of legit reason to have a bunch of followers to start with, they're going to choke your videos down. Now, this all depends on a couple things. What you do, how well you can play the algorithm. There's many layers of variables. Those variables don't stay the same. Every day it's a rolling change with algorithms. YouTube's going in and messing with algorithms nonstop. So you think you have it figured out, and they'll strike you down. Now, if you're starting out, you're not monetized. Monetized means you can make money on YouTube, right? They're not gonna push a video that doesn't make them money already. And you're gonna say, well, that's not fair. No, it's not. YouTube's not fair. It's the most unfair platform with no rhyme or reason you could possibly get. And it's just the whole situation is bizarre. It is harder to start out in 2021, in 2020, 2021 on YouTube than it ever has been before. You have more people. YouTube is pushing what they want to push. They have their own narrative, we'll say. So certain things. Now, if you're, this is bad to say, but every YouTuber is shaking their head, yeah. If you're a chick, if you're a trans, if you're anything out of the ordinary, you're going to have a lot better leverage. If you're not in America, you're going to have a lot better leverage. That comes with its own issue, though. Then you have lower CPM, which is cost per 1,000. If you're not in America, it's a storm. But if you sort it out, you can make more money on YouTube than even a doctor can make, right? Let's say you go get a job. An ordinary job. What's the best you could possibly expect? $15, $16 an hour is about the top. If you have doing something very specialized, very specialized, or running your own business, maybe you'll get 20, 30 bucks an hour. In YouTube revenue, that's nothing. That's nothing, right? And so you do have that. There is a possibility. It's like when we do the lottery videos. There's a possibility I'll scratch $1 million ticket on the videos. It's extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely that's going to take place, but there's a small chance, right? Unfortunately, as time goes on, YouTube no longer promote working on cars, those kind of videos. They just don't. If you're a kid, by kid I mean, let's say you're under 20. Let's say you're anywhere from 17 to 25. You want to go do kid stuff, right? Jump stuff, do this, do that. You could do that. Those kind of videos will get promoted more. But if you get hurt, if you get cut, and there's any kind of blood, you can't use just any music. There's a whole sea of underlying events that could take you out. And most people that age don't realize that. right? You could only possibly realize that if you've been doing YouTube for years. And somebody starting out is not going to know. You guys in the comments, some of my friends close by, relatives, want to start YouTube. And I tell them like this. Say, look, what YouTube is, it took me 5 years to get where I'm at right now. Right? What YouTube is, let's say you have a job. Let's say you work at a gas station or a factory. Let's say you work at a factory. It's a better example. It's more like sweatshop in YouTube than it is gas station work. And you work, let's say you work 12 hours a day. All right. At the end of the 12 hours, you're barely making it. You're like, man, I just want to go home and lay down and do nothing and watch TV. Not with YouTube, you won't. The best way I could describe it, when you do YouTube, instead of going home at the end of 12 hours, it's like you have a cot in the corner where you work at. You can sleep on that cot for a couple hours, but your phone's ringing the whole time. Your messages are going off the whole time when you're trying to sleep. You wake up and your phone's just full. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages. Or it runs your phone dead. Maybe you get some sleep, right? That's what YouTube is. It takes the most effort to run. And I have 4 channels. One channel takes a monumental amount of effort. I have 4. That's suicide, basically what that is. And that's what it takes to run YouTube. So the other side of that is, there's a lot of stuff you don't realize. One, you have to be able to get your car parts in. If you're doing car stuff, no matter what you're doing on YouTube, you need to get stuff shipped in to you, right? You have to be able to ship stuff to you, whether it's camera equipment, whether it's, you're always going to need stuff for videos. We're going on 2 months with no shipping. The post office just totally just threw everything down and said, oh no, I don't know, I quit. That's it. All your stuff's just stuck. We finally got some stuff in. It's been over a month, and we finally got a few things in just the other day. That'll wreck your channel. If you're waiting on stuff, which 9 times out of 10 you will be, that's a problem. And, you know, with the virus stuff going on now, that's another problem. Luckily, I work at home. I'm here. I do everything from here. I could function pretty much as normally. But to a lot of car guys, a lot of channels that have to have public interaction and make their videos, prank videos, whatever, can't do that, right? And if you do that, you're doing it in front of the whole world. Everybody's going to see you do that. They're going to turn you in if you're in lockdown or something like that. Anything you do in front of people, if you do anything wrong, people's going to call you in. Even if you're doing nothing wrong, they'll call you in for, if they think you're evading tax, if they think you did something illegal, speeding in videos, they'll call you in for that. The whole world today, the way that the world functions, everybody has a vendetta against somebody else. And YouTubers are no different. 9 times out of 10, it won't be a viewer turn you in. It'll be another YouTuber that doesn't like you. Very few of the YouTubers like each other. Very few. Very, very few. They might collab. They might do this. But deep down, if one person makes a little more than the next guy, the guy making less money hates the next guy up. It's the way the world is. I don't get involved in it anymore. Other YouTubers try to involve me in it all the time. Other YouTubers think I'm like the principal of the YouTube world. I'm not. These are just other people making videos at their house. I don't have any control over that, right? I'm not the daddy of YouTube car people. It's a problem, right? If somebody does some crazy stuff, I didn't tell them to do that. It's not, I don't have no control over anybody else, right? That's why you got to be careful who you collab with. It's not only that, it's just, man, all kinds of stuff. Now, am I telling you not to become a YouTuber? No. In the very end, if you have a very high tolerance and you're able to take a unbelievable amount of criticism, YouTube might be the thing for you. But if you're one of those people that go to work, or you go, let's say you're in school or college, and somebody gets a little snippy with you and you're bawling, you're crying, don't ever become a YouTuber. They'll eat you alive. Absolutely, they'll eat you alive, spit you out, chew you out, throw it away, and stomp on you. And if you're very sensitive, a lot of YouTubers, end up either on depression meds. Some of them don't make it. Some of them actually suicide themselves. And try to put that up there without dropping it. Sketchy. If you see what I have going on here, it's real sketchy. A lot of people don't make it. Every YouTuber I know that's been doing it for a while has had to take time off, because mentally it will destroy you. I'm about 3 years overdue for a vacation. I just keep pushing her ahead, boys, pushing her ahead. But that's not good. Eventually that'll get me. I have high blood pressure now. Most YouTubers do. That's one thing you get from sitting in front of the computer doing the editing. And you have to watch YouTube to become a YouTuber. You have to watch other videos to see what the world's doing. Try to figure out what YouTube wants you to do. All right. Now, fortunately, we're making car videos. Car videos at this point in time is not YouTube's strong point. They don't care about car people. They want to push that agenda. They want to push stuff they want to get out there, and that's what they're going to put their money behind. I was very sad to see yesterday, that YouTube joined the what do they call it? The resistance, I guess, and ban the president. For as every YouTuber that just seen that, not Corona, I swear. For every person that just seen that, their heart sank, because YouTube making ignorant decisions is like your boss doing crazy stuff at work, and we're all like, stop, don't freaking do that, stop doing that. And probably what it's heading to, they're privately owned now, it'll get broken up, more than likely. As they do that, other countries will back away from using YouTube, will back away from using Facebook. They already have Facebook and Twitter. The list of those countries keep adding up. So there is that. Will that crash YouTube? I don't think it'll crash it. I think it'll damage it quickly. But once they get to the point to where they have to have a board of people vote on something to change, that will be better than one guy or one woman pointing the finger and ban, 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 do this, because I want to see this done. That's where we're at right now with it. Could that fix it? It could. It could knock our revenue in half too. I don't know. It's a crazy world. If you want to step into this crazy world, I'm not going to tell you not to. Be very careful. Always have a backup plan for extra money, because you might wake up any day, any morning of the year, go to log in YouTube, and you can't. You're locked out and you're done. That's how they roll, right? So I tried not to do that. The chance of me having that happen is pretty low. If the website crashes as a whole, that'll happen. So there is that. All right, guys, that's my opinion. That's as honest of opinion I could give. This video is not sponsored by anybody. This is some real old man advice for the last 5 years of my life, every single day of the last 5 years. If you want to become a YouTuber, I just told you how you need to start, what do you expect, what to do and what not to do. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.